US is reviewing reports that Israel harmed civilians under guidelines aimed at ensuring nations getting US arms conduct operations in line with international humanitarian law. Now, the Biden administration has faced criticism for continuing to supply arms to Israel. Allegations are piling up that American-made weapons have been used in strikes that have killed or injured civilians. The US State Department's Civilian Harm Incident Response Guidance is assessing incidents in the current conflict. Civilian Harm Incident Response Guidance was established in August just last year, weeks before Hamas' unprecedented October 7th raid into southern Israel. The guidance sets out a process by which State Department officials investigate specific incidents where civilians may have been harmed by US weapons.
We can't comment on the specifics of ongoing reviews, but as we have said before, we are reviewing incidents in the current conflict according to the process set out in the CHRG. That process is not intended to function as a rapid response mechanism. Rather, it is designed to systematically assess civilian harm incidents and develop appropriate policy responses to reduce the risk of such incidents occurring in the future and to drive partners to conduct military operations in accordance with international humanitarian law.
To date, Washington has not said whether such incidents could trigger restrictions on US assistance or any other action if Israel were to be found at fault. President of the US, Joe Biden, recently issued a new national security memorandum. It requires countries receiving US security assistance to provide assurances that they will comply with international law and not restrict aid access in conflicts. As for the Wall Street Journal, one attack the State Department is currently investigating is an October 31st airstrike on the Jabalia refugee camp near Gaza City. The strike on the densely populated camp killed more than 125 people, and Israel said it targeted a Hamas commander in a tunnel under a high-rise building. Weapons investigators suspect that Israel used a 2,000-pound bomb in the strike, which could have been provided by Washington. The United Nations Human Rights Office said that the strike killed a large number of civilians and could be a war crime. Israelis declined to comment on the weapon used, but said they had tried to minimize civilian casualties by using a delayed fuse that allowed it to detonate underground. As well as the attack on Jabalia, along with this, of course, the alleged use of a white phosphorus by Israel during an attack on sites in Lebanon in October is also under scrutiny. The use of white phosphorus, which is highly flammable, is banned in some circumstances and can constitute a war crime if it is used to target civilians. The Israelis say that they do not use white phosphorus illegally.
يعني قذائف فوسفورية محرمة دوليا حارقة يطلقها جيش العدو الإسرائيلي